He is all up under me today. Can I do this video? Are you okay with that? Yeah? Okay. Hey y'all, the April Antoinette here, and we are back with another video. If this is your first time here, hopefully you sit a spell, you go ahead and subscribe, click the notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back y'all. Today we're going to talk about patchouli and patchouli fragrances that I like. Now patchouli is a weird type of note, so let's get into what patchouli actually is first. So it is a flowering plant. It is a bushy herb. It does produce a small white pinkish flower, and it's in the mint family. So that gives you an idea of what it should look like. Patchouli is also said to relieve tension, headaches, stress, anxiety, and depression. Like, who would have thought one plant would do all of that? So what it smells like, to me, it's very woody, herby. It can be kind of dark at times, sometimes a little dense. It does have a tad bit of sweetness to it. Sometimes can come off a little spicy as well. So it just depends on what other notes or complementary notes are around it, but it can give off any of those. So let's get into the fragrances that I love with patchouli. So the first is going to come from the house of Chanel, and we have Coco Mademoiselle. So Jacques Polge is the nose behind this fragrance. He is one of the most used perfumers in the house of Chanel for fragrances. It's evident that he loves patchouli because it's in most of his combinations. This particular one has patchouli and vetiver in the base, and he does use a rose in most of his combinations as well, and this one doesn't disappoint. It has May Rose in it. So I believe this is one of the most popular fragrances with patchouli in it. It's like the first one. If you Google patchouli fragrances, this might be the first one that pops up. It is very likable by most people. If you like that patchouli, vetiver, rose type of combination, I think it's classic. You can wear this for almost every occasion. If you are that person that likes to smell extravagant every day, you can wear this because it is a somewhat like lavish, extravagant type of fragrance. I would wear this every day. It's just a beautiful fragrance. Since we are on the subject of Chanel, let's bring up Coco Noir. Beautiful bottle. I absolutely love the Chanel shape for the bottle, so all of them are just quite exquisite to me. Jacques Polge and Christopher Sheldrake are the noses behind that fragrance, so another Jacques Polge creation, and again he uses quite a bit of the same notes. I wrote most of them down because they're quite a bit. I know that it has some citrus top notes, which is popular in his combinations, and then he has some floral middle notes, rose being one of them, but the base notes, there's quite a bit. So let me read them for you. So of course it has patchouli, it has tonka bean, benzoin, cloves, musk. It has quite a bit of those resinous and woody notes. So this one is a little bit more dark and mysterious and a little bit more I don't want to say sophisticated, because when you hear that sometimes it reads as old, and that's not what I mean by any means, but it does have a certain air of sophistication behind it. Not everybody is going to enjoy this one, but it is a stunner nonetheless. I don't like this in spring and summer too much because I feel like it's quite dense for those months, but for now, oh my gosh, it just comes alive. So the next fragrance comes from the house of Guerlain, and this is Mongolon Intense. Super cute bottle. Terry Wasser and Delphine Joke are the noses behind this fragrance. This fragrance blends patchouli with vanilla and lavender. This also has a sandalwood base, so it's quite sensual with that lavender and that patchouli, and it has a little bit of woodiness to it from that sandalwood, but it's quite modern. It does not smell old. There's a certain bit of brightness to it. I just really, really love it. That lavender note sends me over the top. It's also very comforting. So this is one of my absolute favorites right now. And who doesn't love the Guerlain bottle? So I would be remiss if I did not even bring this fragrance up. I remember this had to be maybe like, I can't even remember how long ago, but this was the it fragrance of that time. I believe once it was released. There's songs about this fragrance. People just seem to love this fragrance. It's timeless, and it comes from the house of Viktor and Rolf, and it is Flowerbomb. There's so many noses behind this fragrance, but one is Olivier Poge. I think I wrote the rest of them down. Carlos Ben Naim, Dominique Ropion, which is one of my favorite perfumers. Quite a bit of people worked on this fragrance, and I guess like they were so happy because this was a success. Flowerbomb combines jasmine, orange blossom, patchouli, and vanilla, and I absolutely love it. It's spicy, it's woody, it's timeless. It makes you feel all fancy, if that makes sense. It's just a really well-rounded fragrance. It's very balanced. I believe like that base note of patchouli and vanilla gives it fullness. The lavender isn't over the top in my opinion. I just absolutely love it. I'm sorry, the jasmine, not the lavender. I feel like every woman can benefit from having this in her fragrance wardrobe, even if it's not a big bottle. I like to keep the smaller bottle. I don't wear it as much anymore because it's just like, it's very widely known. If you have this on, people will know that you have it on, but I still enjoy it, so I still keep it. I also have the Flanker Flowerbomb Nectar, and I love that one too. It's pretty. This one also has patchouli in it, but this has like a creamy type of vibe to it. It's more sweet, like a little syrupy sweet, versus this one. This one is more woody and floral. So you can benefit from either one. I prefer the OG, but I like both. So our next fragrance, this has to be one of my most favorite fragrances in my fragrance collection, and I have about 185 fragrances at the moment, maybe a little bit more by the time this airs, but it is just like, it's that good to me. It was one of the first fragrances that my husband bought me, and still to this day a huge compliment getter on me, and I just absolutely enjoy this one so much. It comes from the house of Valentino. I love the bottle. This is the original Valentino Donna in the EDP concentration. The bottle, absolutely stunning. I have minis of this. I have this size. I also have the body cream, which is in an amazing jar, and I have maybe 2 of these. I love it just that much. So the noses behind this fragrance are Antoine Mason Dew and Sonia Constant. This has quite a bit of notes, and it has an interesting note in it. So you have bergamot at the top, you have Bulgarian rose and iris, you have a leather note, and you have vanilla and patchouli in the base. Like a leather note, it just makes it super duper alluring, super sexy. It gives it something like a surprise. Let's spray this one in the air. I don't think I have one on today, so I don't mind. I just really enjoy this one. If I could have a signature scent, this might be one of them. It just really smells absolutely amazing. Nothing overpowers the other. Everything works like in synergy with each other. It's just, I love this one. What can I say? I tried to describe her. I would say it does have a almost cosmetic feel, like cosmetics when they used to scent them, but a little bit more rosy, a little bit powdery, but with an elegant finish. I just absolutely, I adore this one. So for our next and last fragrance, we have something from the house of Viktor and Rolf, and that is Liquid Diamond. Absolutely love this stunning bottle. quick story time. So I was testing her out before I purchased the full bottle, and I had like a little sample from Macy's or somewhere like that, and I wore it to the airport. I had every person in TSA asking me what this fragrance is. Projection is crazy. Longevity is crazy. It's just really, really amazing. It is a fresh floral, so it has pink pepper as a top note. I know it has Bulgarian rose in the middle, and then it finishes off with patchouli and musk. And I must say, this is just everything. Now I have this in a full size. I have it in the roller ball, and I have quite a few samples of it still. It's just one of my absolute favorite fragrances. Like all of last year and the year before, I was obsessed with this fragrance, and I ended up buying a full bottle last year, and I'm super happy that I did because I can never get tired of this beauty. And that rounds out all the patchouli fragrances that I absolutely adore. These fragrances to me are classic. I feel like they will always be in my collection. They aren't overpowering with any type of notes. Nothing fights against each other. They're just really, really good fragrances. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads. Until next video, love you guys. Bye.